In this episode, I'm going to share with you how I relapsed recently. And it's not a relapse you would think like drugs or alcohol. I relapsed into a story that used to plague my life. That was the story of not being supported. And so I got a chance to see here recently just how impactful that limiting story plays out in my life. And you're going to see so much in this episode for you as well. So stay tuned. I'm Adam Kiddoo, and it's time to master the art of real heart alignment, where you live, work, and play from your personal power as energy aligns, your gifts flow, and life simply works. These life-changing conversations are designed to help you to see what you're not seeing, hear what you're not hearing, and to be who you're not being, as the world needs more heart-centered leaders now more than ever. Are you ready to say no to living a half-hearted life and say yes instead to boldly living from a place of real heart alignment? Welcome to the Adam Kiddoo podcast. Yo. Welcome back to another episode of the Adam Kiddoo podcast. First of all, thank you from the bottom of my heart for listening in. Thank you for hanging with me. Thank you for taking on this ride and supporting the podcast. It's been an amazing journey so far. It hasn't been easy, with pregnant wives and, little man, navigating life. And then we had our second baby a month ago. He just turned 1 month old yesterday. So this whole entire world has just been shaken up, but I love it. There's so many new challenges, so many new lessons, so many new experiences that I'm getting to experience, and it all leads to more growth. Here's the thing. I got a chance just here recently to spot a story that was starting to sprout its silly little head back into my life. And it made me think of an earlier time to where this story was running deep. The roots were deep. They were dug in. They weren't going anywhere. And it took me a while to really let go of this story. And the story was that I wasn't supported. I wasn't supported in my relationship. I wasn't supported in my business from my team. I wasn't supported from my family. I wasn't supported from my mentors. I wasn't supported by nobody. And I started seeing that, look, this actual idea that I think I'm not supported, for one thing, I'm always asking myself, is that really true? Is there really truth here? Is it that I'm really not supported? Or could it be the reason I feel unsupported is because I keep telling myself that I'm not supported? And I dug a little bit deeper and I started looking at things, just we'll say with the conversation around the relationship with my wife. I started seeing that it's not that I wasn't supported, but she was supporting in a different way that was not my ideal version of support. With my parents, they supported me a tremendous amount growing up, but there was things that happened just kind of late in my teen years and stuff that, the marriage, of my mother and father, they separated. Some things got, I won't say they got ugly, but there was just some drama going on. And it kind of left me at this vulnerable time of, turning into a young adult. It kind of left me on my own. And it had an impact on me. I really had to navigate life on myself. And it gave me an opportunity in moments like that to test my character, to see what I have got, to see what I'm about. And I was at an event, James Wedmore's BBD live event, one of the 8, I think I've been to like 8 or 9 live events between that and his next level group coaching program, his high ticket group coaching program events. And I was at a live event. I didn't sleep well the night before. I actually got IV therapy for the first time the day before the event because we had traveled and I was feeling a little bit ran down and I didn't know what the whole IV therapy thing was about. And I think, what did I get? I got I don't know, some sort of like speed in it. Like, what was it? I don't even know. It was like, it was energy. There was like energy in it. And for whatever reason, I had the idea in mind that would give me energy the next day. But I was up all night. I could not sleep. I could not shut down. And so I went to this event, and James, he's very good at not just having his events as a business event. He's very good at going deep with some certain things. So he asked a question early on in the event where we wrote something down on a piece of paper. And something really hit me hard in that moment, and I wrote it down. And day number 2, I was really feeling the effect of my energy waning. I was getting tired. My thoughts were literally like just bombarding me, and I felt just overwhelmed. And I took a minute to go outside, and I just felt really emotional. I felt really unstable. And I pulled out that piece of paper in my pocket. And on that piece of paper, it read, "I deserve to be loved." And yet again, at that time, I didn't feel loved. I didn't feel supported. I didn't feel grounded. I felt like I was on my own. I felt unstable and uncentered. And in that moment, I just kind of had this aha where this idea came into my mind. It's like, am I supported? And I started looking around. I was like, you know what? I'm my greatest champion. Like I've got my back. I'm getting chills just even thinking about it. Like I support myself. And then I looked a little bit deeper. I was like, am I supported? You know, I really felt supported by God, the universe, this whole entire existence. I really feel like, and I'm really a believer that this life is happening for us. I'm supported there. So in that moment, I no longer needed to feel like I needed external support from my mentors and my team and my significant other, because I was in that moment a victim. I was in victim mentality before I really had that epiphany. And what happens when you don't feel like you're supported, and it's one of those sleepers, you guys. It's one of those subtle little things to where if you really aren't aware and you really aren't paying attention, it can plague your life without you really thinking, analytically, I'm not supported. If you don't feel like people have your back, there's just this little bit of instability, this uncertainty that plays out in everything you do. But yet again, in that moment, I saw that there was a fallacy in that. I don't need the support of my wife. I don't need the support of my mentors. I mean, it would be nice. I don't need the support of my team. I can find other people who are willing to support. But what also came about in that moment was I realized that I wasn't allowing myself to be supported. I wasn't asking clearly and firmly and in my personal power what I needed. I wasn't articulating how exactly others can support me. My mother and I have a similar energy. She would literally give the shirt off her back. She would make sure everybody was taken care of in the home, and then she would take care of herself. And I'm the same way. I'll give and I'll give and I'll give and I'll give and I'll give. And those people that are, sometimes around me will just receive, 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 receive. And if I'm giving from a place of lack or scarcity or needing to feel good about giving or needing to feel my ego about giving, anything of that nature, then of course people are just going to receive and they're not going to give back. But if I'm in my power and if I'm laying things down and showing exactly how I feel that I need to be supported and I would love to be supported, then in that moment, even saying that to somebody, I'm supporting myself. I was no longer at the mercy of other people. And I even had a conversation with my wife at one standpoint. I was like, look, honey, I've been allowing you, I've been making you the scapegoat in my life. Right? I feel like when you're settled, then I can finally take care of myself. But that wasn't the case. She had a lot of things going on. She had just finished law school. She was getting into her career. She was navigating a whole bunch of stuff. She was stressed and lots of stuff going on. And I felt like as the giver, I needed to make sure she was okay. I was giving, 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 and not asking for anything in return. And so I finally stood, on my own 2 feet. And I said, look, I'm here to support you. I'm here to listen to you, but I'm no longer here to carry the bag for you when you have problems, when you need to just vent and dish and all that stuff, because I'm not taking care of myself when I do that. I don't have the personal power right now to carry your stuff and to carry my stuff as well, because I was trying to start a business. I was, mounting debt, stress was coming over me more and more and more. And yet again, I felt unstable. And in that moment, I took my power back and I said, look, I don't expect you to, believe a word I say. I don't expect you to do anything, but just watch me. Just watch me. And in that moment, I was supporting myself. I was my greatest champion. I was rooting myself on. And I knew as well that the universe had my back. I was trusting in that energy. And there's something magical happens that you kind of have this, and I won't call it an attitude, but I will call it this mentality, I guess, to where you just can't be messed with. It's not egotistical and it's not a cold energy, but it's just an energy of freedom and power. No matter what life throws at me, no matter what happens, no matter if people support me or not, I'm absolutely going to be fine because I'm taking care of myself and I know I am supported. But so many times, and you guys check in with this, like really check in with this. Do you feel like you need support? Do you feel like you're lacking support? There's millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of people on this planet who would love to support you. And so if you don't feel like you're getting support from the people in your life, do those people really need to be in your life? That's a tough question, but it's a powerful question. And there's also something in our energies as well. And I connect with, I speak with, my whole program is the Heart Center Selling Mastery Program. I connect with and I work with heart-centered people, people who care deeply for others. And it's often those people who give, which can actually be a masculine energy. It's not that you're taking care of people. It's just you're pushing and you're doing and you're hustling and you're going and you're going and you're going and you're going. And you've got to be aware of your energy. Are you open to receiving? How do you feel about receiving? Are you open to it? Are you cool with it? Somebody pays you a compliment. Do you get hot under the collar and try to, deflect back to them? If money's coming your way, do you openly receive it? Do you collect it or do you find ways to procrastinate it? If there's somebody that's basically like, I'm a sale, I'm done, let's go. Do you say, okay, I welcome that in, let's do this thing? Or is there delayed communication? Do you find yourself procrastinating to close the sale and to get going? That's things to look at. It's things to look at. And part of my Heart Center Selling Mastery is powerful presence. And there is this energy of openness, energy of receiving, this feminine energy, this welcoming energy. And just think about it for a moment. When you are giving, you can give with an open heart. And when you give with an open heart, when you give value with an open heart, when you care deeply with an open heart, people feel that. But if you have strings attached and if you're playing this game of like, I've got to do these reels and I've got to do this content, I've got to do these videos and, I need somebody to buy and I'm doing this so somebody will buy. So hopefully somebody will reach out to me and buy. That's giving to get. It's not giving to give. So many entrepreneurs make the mistake, and I've done this as well. And, this is something that comes back up sometimes as well. It's like, it's been so deeply ingrained in me that it's continual work. So many entrepreneurs, they think that that money is the objective. When money is the objective, you make money everything. And people sense when you're trying to make that money from them. But if you're standing for somebody, if you have personal power that you're exuding when you share from your heart and you don't give a crap about the results, I mean, yes, we want to grow our businesses. Yes, we want to, be able to pay the bills and, have the freedom and the flexibility and all that stuff, of course. But that should be the secondary gain. That should be the secondary objective. If you're leading with the energy of needing that sale and needing this to work, I'm telling you, we are becoming more and more sensitive to people who are working from that energy. And that was me for the longest time. That's why my business wasn't growing. And that's why I really started opening my heart and I really started caring more about people. I always have, but I knew if I continue to focus on money only and think that it's the money that's going to make me feel supported and whole and grounded, I'm going to be playing that game for a long time. And when I was in my power, feeling supported, feeling whole from me supporting myself and the universe supporting me, then I was just helping people. Money is not the primary objective. It's the outcome. It's what happens when you're grounded, when you're heart-centered, when you're open, and when you're focused on helping people. And so there's a difference between giving, helping, expecting something in result or in return, versus giving, receiving, giving, receiving. It's when you're in your power. It's when you really care about others. And so take a look in your life and see if you are feeling supported. Because when you're feeling supported by yourself, by the universe, and yes, if people are willing to support you, if you have a team that's supportive, if you have a significant other that's supportive, if you have family that's supportive, then absolutely. I would dare to say it's an important part, right? I would hate to do this alone. There's people out there to support you. And if people in your life aren't supportive, there's a conversation to be had while you're in your power, not from a victim mentality. I need this. I need you to do this. No. It's just matter-of-factly telling them what's going on. And when you do that, there's a shift because you stood for yourself. And when you stand for yourself, you stand for others. And when you stand for others, people feel that. They feel this certainty, this calmness, this collectedness, this power around you. They want to work with you. They want to spend more time with you because they just don't get that anywhere else. They don't feel supported themselves. So where in life do you feel like you need support? And is it possible that the root cause that you feel like you need support is because you're not supporting yourself? You're not rooting yourself on. You're not telling yourself you've got this. You're not feeling good about what you're doing. You're not focused on being of service. You're not focused on doing your life's work. You're focused on getting something, getting that paper, getting that cheddar, getting that money. And if that's the case, I'm telling you, you're probably pushing away more business than you realize. When you're in your power, when you have this powerful presence, you exude this strength about you because you don't need nothing. I'm telling you, people will look at you differently. People will start to take everything you say serious. Because look, there's so many people that are doing the same strategies. There's so many people that have unique and good messages. But if you don't have powerful presence, if you're not in your personal power when you're selling, when you're doing your Facebook Lives, when you're doing your podcast interviews and episodes, and when you're writing, if you're not in your power, if you don't have this powerful presence about you, this wholeness, this collectedness, people freaking feel that. And when they feel that, they might like what you say, might think that the words you use, they tickle their brain a little bit, but there's something missing. So, are you allowing yourself and the universe to feel supported? Or are you the martyr or the victim of life? And I'm telling you, as soon as you really take this on for yourself and support yourself, love yourself wholly, root yourself on, no matter what the external environment says, no matter what the people in your life say, when you're rooting yourself on, when you're your greatest champion, when you're excited about what you're doing, what you're up to, the change you're making in the world, the change you are going to make in the world, and you're already making it, when you fix your focus there, nothing else matters. You become untouchable. And you guys, I got to be real with you. Like I said, I just had a big relapse on this. So I'm not speaking from my high horse thinking I got this all figured out, but I'm telling you, there's a secret here. There's a key here. Feeling whole, feeling centered, feeling strong, and supporting yourself. Otherwise, we're in an uncertain world. People are uncertain. Times are uncertain. Circumstances are uncertain. And if you are focused on the external environment needing to be certain before you're certain, you're going to be waiting a whole long time. So it's time to take care of yourself. Support yourself, love yourself, root yourself on, give yourself a pat on the back, a high five, look in the mirror, smirk a little bit, pat your chest, let yourself know we got this. I'm on it. It's handled. It's done. We're doing this. When you have that type of mentality, that type of energy, and also wrap that with knowing that you are supported from a much higher level than our human brains could conceive and also understand. When you know you're supported from the universe, from God, from spirit, from a soul level, you really get to this standpoint to where all the little nuances and the doubts and the fears and the securities and where's the money coming from, and I need this person to close, I need them to enroll, I got bills to pay, and what if this, what if that, what if the other thing, all that can go poof. Bye-bye. We don't need you. Because all you're doing is showing up. And when you are supported, I promise you, my friend, when you are supported, not from external, but internal, you will show up in a brand new way and business will take off. So let's go help more people. Let's feel strong and centered in our knowing that we're up to big things. We're helping people. We are making a difference, and I'm rooting myself on. Good work. Let's go. We got this. Get yourself fired up a little bit. Work on this physiology. Like, feel good now. Feel good about the work you're doing. Feel good about, even if you're taking a program, it's like, man, this is a slugfest of a program. I'm going through it. There's so much in here, and I don't even, my brain hurts. Good job. Let's go. This is going to pay off. Man, we're learning some good stuff that we're going to implement. Let's go. Come on. I'm excited about this. Let's get this out there. Start to root yourself on. Be your greatest champion. Be your greatest cheerleader. I'm telling you, we don't need all the positive thinking and I'm a fan. Positive thinking, subconscious reprogramming. I'm a fan. I'm telling you, when you are present with yourself, feeling whole, feeling supported, rooting yourself on, and allow that to be your new habit, that new way of being, life changes, business changes, the way people look at you change, your message changes, how you show up changes, your results change. So let's know, deeply know, that you are supported, my friend. If you don't believe me, take a look within, look around. You're supported. The universe has your back. You have your own back. Other people have your back when you allow them to and when you ask for what you need. And yes, dare to say, left to our own devices, if I'm out as a caveman, if I'm on my own, I'm not going to sit here and say, I don't need you, right? I'm going to work with people, but I'm going to make sure I feel whole myself. Because I'm going to be much more of a value to other people when I support myself. And I'm Adam Kiddoo, and I support this message, and I support myself. So you guys, go have some freaking fun. We're taking business in life way too serious. Go have some fun. Know that it's already done. It's already taken care of. We just get to enjoy the ride. We get to show up. We get to be creative. We get to be fun and flexible. We get to create, y'all. We get to manifest, bring into fruition, manifest. It's not an analytical thinking I need to think a certain way so I can think myself into results and money in my life. No, we are manifesting as we go. We're creating. We're bringing into fruition. Every second of every day, it doesn't need to be complex. Feel good now. Feel grounded, feel solid, feel whole, and go help more people. The world needs more leaders now more than ever, and you guys know this. And it's those who are courageous, those who can get outside themselves, those who can let go of their self-importance. How do I look? How is things going for me? Get outside the self-importance. Show up, help others. Everything will take care of itself. Leave the rest for the birds. You don't need that stuff because you are here now. You're supported. The universe has got your back. You've got your back. Show up, help people, lead with love, and have some fun. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. From the bottom of my heart, it would mean a lot if you haven't left a rating and review yet. Let's still play that game. I'll ask again. I'll ask for some support there. I don't need it, but I'll ask for it. I would love for you to leave a rating or review. And if you found this episode helpful, if you know there's other people in your life that don't feel supported and they're constantly at the mercy of what other people think and what other people are doing and what other people say about them, whether it be in relationship or business, life, pass this on. I would love for you to share this episode, another episode with one person. Let's spread the word a little bit. Let's help more people. If you feel connected to this message, other people will as well. And I would greatly appreciate it. So thank you. Thank you. Let me know how I can return the favor one day. And also hit me up on Instagram. Let me know what's going on in your world. I like to chat, you guys. I mean, I don't want this podcast to be just a one-sided show. I would love to know what you're liking, what else you would like me to break into. Or if there's something I mentioned, you're like, let's go deep here, let me know. I am going to be talking more about business coming up. It's just something in the back of my mind. I'm like, I love talking about energy. I love talking about life. I love talking about relationships. But there's so much business wisdom that I've gleaned over the years that I want to start packaging and putting on the podcast. And it's not going to be, how-tos and tutorials and all that stuff. It's going to be higher level than that. But it's time to start, making sure that you guys are set up for success with certain approaches, mentalities, strategies, if you will, when it comes to business. So stay tuned. And yet again, I appreciate you so much from the bottom of my heart. Till next time, let's go help some people. The world needs us, y'all. All right, talk soon. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Adam Kiddoo podcast. If you would, take a moment to subscribe and click the bell icon so that way you get notified when future episodes air. Now, here's the thing. If you are looking for the show notes, you can find a link to those below. If you're looking for the handles of the guests that I've been interviewing, things of that nature, you'll find that here. And if there's anything else that stood out to you in the episode, or if there's anything I can do for you, please leave a comment below, or for sure message me on Instagram if you'd like, as I'm always looking to hear what's working well for you and what caught your interest about the Adam Kiddoo podcast. So, time to go, time to change the world, time to help more people. Are you ready? Let's go do this thing. The world needs more leaders. So thanks again for listening to the Adam Kiddoo podcast.